is. So this is going to be the first time that I've just went ahead and researched about Grokbot and downloading it and stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff around it, and I just haven't gotten around a chance to get to it and work with it, right? So let's go ahead and see what Grokbot is. AI teammates that you can give real work to. Bots can sign into your tools, use them just like you do, and come back with finished work. So I saw like a Twitter post about it, and it's very, very freaking cool. And let's just learn everything about it and see how useful it is, right? I think this is going to be one of those things that are very promising in like another like open claw moment where the industry just goes wild with Grokbot and other stuff. So work with many bots at once, create a bot, give it a task, and add another when the work grows. One on a project, on an outbound, on one on systems. Why am I tweaking out? Let's tweak. One on a project, one on outbound, one on systems. They work in parallel, collaborate where it makes sense, and keep working 24/7. Okay, so pretty much that is addenda. So bots get smarter over time. They keep contacts. Show you about how it's done. Ask about it for how long as you complete workflow. It saves the routine. Runs it once you're done. Connected the bots. Give each bot a job. Sales, outbound, talent. Okay, SpaceX team runs on Grokbot. We recently hired a new teammate. Okay, is this pretty much the beginning of replacing people? Why is it showing? Let me see.
To all of our campus leads. How many employees do I have starting on Monday?
Confirm which companies on LinkedIn you're currently parsing through.
There wasn't anything to learn. It was just like bringing on a coworker to my team.
Something really cool that bot can do is actually watch how you work and then be able to record what you're doing and then summarize that into a real workflow.
It's not using your computer, so you can keep doing work in parallel while a bot is working on another instance.
For almost every other AI product I've used, the output is in the chat. With bot, the output is somewhere else.
Having an actual computer instance that has the browser open, that understands how the site actually functions, that's, I think, why it's worked so well. It all started with email. I said just go off and send them. All of them had sent out, as I had said, and it's kind of built its own layer of trust, and it's something that I'm totally comfortable being hands-off with.
I have a Figma agent that will create slides for me during a meeting. It will hold the discovery notes and then create a slide deck at the end of the call. And they're always like, how did you create that during the call? That's incredible.
I think it's funny when they talk to each other and they actually give direction to each other.
I noticed that's kind of replacing like all of my other apps. Like I'm just living with my bots like in that window and I'm not switching between everything else.
I've always had like a AI thinking partner, but I've never had an AI doing partner that like actually does things.
With bot, there are no limitations.
It's so natural. Can't really imagine going back to an old way of working.
Interesting. I mean, I think Cursor Ultra, Super Grok Heavy, Cursor Premium Teams, Grokbot's own computer signs into your tools, routines on schedule, work anywhere, already on Cursor Ultra or Grokbot, are already on Cursor Ultra or Super Heavy. Okay, let's go ahead and download it and see what it's all about, right? Try for free. So I love how they had it in a messaging platform, so it's very just familiar to a lot of people, where you just message a bunch of different, like, you know, you're messaging one of your friends, so it's nice. And each one has its own computer instance, which is this, I think the thing that really stands out about Grokbot is that every single one has its own virtual machine that it works out of, right? So it's not on your local desktop, which is, you know, sick. You don't have to worry about keeping your Windows machine alive or whatever. Or do you? I don't know. Let's see. Let's dive into it. Okay, from beginning to end, I mean, it's fine. Everybody on the computer, it's pretty much just me. Let's go ahead and install typical Grokbot stuff. Okay, run Grokbot. That was fairly simple. Sign in your team of always on agents, give you real work to do. Okay, let me go ahead and sign in. Just moved it real quick because I need to sign in within my Google. I am curious about if you can use the cloud, like if you can use a browser within each bot, can it go ahead and scrape and do a bunch of like stuff for like, for example, like look through a bunch of social media videos, aggregate data on based off of that instead of going via the API or something? I don't know. So two things that ask me right here: update your data sharing. This is required. Grokbot data is not used for training. General usage data is stored. Improve Grokbot. All right, whatever. I will go ahead and do the 1 week trial. Let's see what we're all about. I actually don't mind paying the $200 a month if it can actually do. So the another thing that I noticed. Okay, well, another thing that I noticed with Grokbot is that what was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought. Oh, that you can't pick models, right? So Grokbot's supposed to be like a plug and chuck, kind of just straight into it, right? It's not supposed to essentially. It's not supposed to like have a lot of different options for you, where it's like, hey, pick this model, this effort, all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead. This is the first thing I see. Hand off any task to your team of agents. Okay, next. Grokbot has its own computer. Give each bot a job. What do you use every day? I use a lot of stuff, right? For my personal stuff, it's different. For work, I use Slack, Office 365. So let's go ahead and do Google Workspace. I use a lot. I have a personal Slack too that I try to use. Let's go do that. Let's go with, what else we got? Notion. I don't really use Notion. It's connected to LinkedIn. I use GitHub, Box, Calendly, DocuSign, Loom, Nux, Stripe. I do have a Stripe account. Workday, don't. Tableau. I do have Versal, but I don't really use it anymore. Versal, or whatever you call. Okay, so create your first bot. No bots yet. Let's go ahead and name this bot the CTO or like something, right? This chief what's a good name, guys? Let's think of a good name for my bot. I wish I could just ask for it to give me something. I don't know, my CEO. I'm gonna call this bot Alfred from Batman. I like that. It's going to pretty much do everything that I ask it to do. It's in charge of everything. It knows about me. It works for me, but it's my closest friend, I guess. I don't know. Alfred. Let's see what Alfred is all about. Alfred is working. Hey Zan, I'm Alfred. What's the main thing you want me handling? Slack, GitHub, shipping, something else? Let's go ahead and tell it the couple of things that I'm working on, and let's see how it does, because I personally am going to try to connect this to the personal projects that I have and see what it comes up with. And like what are the bots that I might need and stuff. So let's go ahead and check this out. Hey Alfred, so a few things that I need to organize and figure out. There's a lot going on in my life that I'm trying to do. Right now I'm trying to go ahead and launch a marketplace application right now that I'm personally building myself. I need to launch that pretty soon. It's called Market Hustle. I need to go ahead and find a bunch of clients, do a lot of outreach, outsourcing. I need to go ahead and record a lot of videos and make content around this. Content's going to be a huge thing. I also need to organize creating a AI school community and creating my AI YouTube channel, right? I'm thinking of posting a lot more content, talking about stuff I do at work, because I work in the AI industry, but also doing a lot of personal projects because I love working with AI on my personal stuff and getting ahead and using that. So I want to try to organize those two things. The main things to focus on right now is the launch of Market Hustle and, content creation and focusing on just creating the school community and creating this YouTube channel for this, right? So essentially I want to create a YouTube channel for both Market Hustle and for my AI content. Those are two different things or two different projects, but they are very important right now. So I want to go ahead and create whatever bots I might need to go ahead and delegate responsibilities for all these different tasks I might have, and give them names, and I don't know, tell me whatever else I need or I don't need. Let's see. Oh, of course. Hello? Okay, that's weird. Why is the voice input not working? Okay, I'm just gonna. Hey Alfred, so I need help, right? I don't know exactly what I need to build. I don't know what agents I need to spin up. Essentially, have two main focuses right now in my life. One is I am trying to launch Market Hustle, which is a custom application that I've built, which allows people to go ahead and sell services, right? In their neighborhood, around their community, around their town, whatever services it might be, big or small, especially for weddings. It's a growing industry and everybody has side hustles, so I'm going ahead and launching that. To launch that, I need to do multiple different things. I need to do a lot of research. I need to do a lot of interviews. I need to create a lot of content. I need to interview these service providers and go ahead and create content with them, interview them, and then put this on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that. So I need to research a lot of content and figure out what's working, and add value, right? So that's one thing, and it's very, very important. Obviously, I need to make sure the app is up and running. Services are working, payments, everything go through, right? Second thing I'm working on is building out my AI school community. I need to go ahead and make a lot of AI content. I want to document it for myself, but also just want to help people and talk about what I do for work. And just since I use AI every day, I thought it would be a great way to learn with other people and share with their knowledge and just kind of build a community out to go ahead and get ahead with AI so we can use it for the coming years. So those are my two main focuses right now. So help me spin up whatever agents I need to help me achieve this. I'm not entirely sure how to use Grokbot, so please help me out. Okay, let's see what happens there. That was a lot. Sorry guys, that took longer than I should have. While this is going on, I had another project I was working on. Phase 2 is you asked for credit paths on this app and wrong on a creating space path, which I don't do unless you ask it about dispatch one. No workarounds app is okay. Let me go ahead and sorry, I gotta do this. Okay. Building an end-to-end. All right. Where did it go? Let me just go ahead and do this real quick. All right. Okay, 2 lanes. I got Market Hustle off the ground, AI school, people actually want you to talk to me. I run a small team under that instead of dumping a pile of agents on you. 3 specialists: Hustle on the Market Hustle, research, interviews, apps, payments. Studio on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for both. Campus on the AI school itself. I don't like the names, but I like the name for Hustle. I don't like the names for Campus and Studio. They're live. Hustle, Studio, and Campus will show up in your sidebar. Talk to me here and I'll put the right one on it. You can also open any of them directly if you want to go straight one lane. I'm already pulling what's working local service and wedding marketplace, plus a first interview list and 14-day launch plans that'll land here shortly. Allow me to hook up GitHub, Stripe, or Sell so we can actually see the app and whether payments go through. Can I... So the app is actually running on a VPS. I do have it on GitHub and I do have Stripe connected, so we can go ahead and possibly connect all of those things. So you can go ahead and see, and then I can give you the actual URL for the app if you need. So you can go ahead and browse it, see if there's any issues. We also might need somebody to actually, make sure the code is working correctly. If there's any bugs, people come to me and tell me like, hey, issues with the actual application aren't working. And Market Hustle has no space between it, by the way. But yeah, we need to make sure that the code is working at all times. There's no downtime. If there's any UI bugs or features that people report to me that need to be fixed as well. So yeah, let's see what it comes up with there. Campus Studio. This is pretty cool so far. I mean, I like the onboarding. It's pretty simple. It doesn't let you or tell you to select any sort of like efforts or any models, right? A lot of issues with newbies, right? Like if, for example, if I told my wife, she knows how to use ChatGPT, right? Because you just type in something, boom, it's good to go. When you're using something with like Hermes Agent or OpenClaw or some of this other stuff, it's still very technical for even somebody who, like my wife, she's actually very good at technology stuff, but it's a lot to be like, hey, which model works the best? I don't know the difference between Opus 5 or whatever, or Sonnet or Fable, besides what people say. And then like, how much do the effort levels really matter at the end of the day? Like, I don't know. Some people have reported that medium effort doesn't do much different than like high level effort or like low. There's just so much little nuances, and there's the API keys you need to get and stuff. It's not hard, right, at the end of the day, but it's just one of those things where I feel like people who aren't very tech savvy might not be opposed to using. So far, anyone can talk to Grokbot, right? If I download this and just gave it to a person who isn't very technical, then they could go ahead and try to use this. And honestly, I might do that experiment. I might have my wife come out here and just be like, hey, can you try using Grokbot and see what ends up happening? And maybe she can go ahead and create something. I don't know what she would create, because that's the issue, right? A lot of people don't genuinely need all this stuff. Like, why do I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 agents working for me, right? Like, personally, like, why would you actually need it? Market Hustle. It's called Market Hustle. But yeah, why would my wife or somebody else who's just doing normal stuff, working a day-to-day job, and like, let's say they're a hairdresser, right? And they don't own the business, they just work cutting hair or something, right? Somebody who works at Target. Now, everybody might have side hustles and stuff that they have, but why would they personally need all this? Personally, I don't know, right? What are you organizing? It's just, it doesn't make sense. Let's see what the launch brief is. So with the X being here and not over here. Findings, dated, stats, openings, Thumbtack, Angie, homeowners, Thumbtack community, TaskRabbit, Bark, Angie, Nextdoor. So did a bunch of research. First 10 interviews, wedding photographer, day of coordinator, florist, 14-day plan. I like all the stuff that it gave so far. It's pretty good, right? Ship is in your sidebar, also takes bug reports, feature requests. Stripe is waiting on it, drop the live URL. So this looks amazing for somebody who's launching something, right? Like for me personally, I think once the app is live and people are actually using it, every single time I get like a complaint or somebody emails a specific email, like, help@markethustle.co, I can go ahead and get on that. I can get it right within the chat, and I can see, I have issues here and there. So, hey Zen, I'm here for content and Market Hustle's interviews and AI school stuff. Folks, through posting, check what's already coming out. What brand should I lock in as a main push this week? Probably the AI stuff. Campus. Hey Zen, I'm on school from here. Curriculum. Shouldn't the campus one? Okay, well, I don't know. First thing I'm doing is checking what's already connected, what's not. Nothing sketch yet. No DAX. Want me to connect Slack and Google Drive. Says school has a real home. Ship. Hustle. Let's go back to Alfred and let's go ahead and try to connect stuff. I'm going to go ahead and try to authorize Stripe. It popped up on my other window. I'm just gonna log into my Stripe account here. Let's see what ends up happening. Forgot my password. Okay, let's see what ends up happening. Continue. Stripe sent a 6-digit verification to my phone. Okay. Went ahead and did that. Enable MCP. So it says pretty much cursor would like to have access. So if you guys want to see, so I'm setting up Stripe. So it's pretty much saying cursor would like to have access to your Stripe accounts. So I pretty much would go ahead and try to give it read access to everything right now. Doesn't need write access. Authorize. Okay, authorization successful. How's it? I wonder how is it gonna pull in context for? Let me talk to Alfred. So how would you pull in context for what my application is right now? Currently, when it's running on the VPS as well, you know, I need to know and make sure that somebody could log into the VPS. So if I could talk to somebody here to make, you know, in case it goes down, to log in, make sure there's nothing going wrong with there. Currently, you know, I ship building via GitHub Action, so I can work locally, push it to Market Hustle's main repository. That would actually kick off the build, and then it would post to my VPS and it'd be live, right? So that's the workflow currently. So we would need to possibly manage that as well. So if you're able to go ahead and get access to the application, maybe you can understand it a lot better, and I can give you access to all the other side applications and everything else I'm working on, and then we can go from there. So let's see what it tells me after, right? So Stripe, hey Zan, the process out 10 bucks on public app. Let me connect GitHub. Connect GitHub. I hit connect GitHub, but no pop-up came through, which is interesting. It just said check mark. GitHub is pulling through. GitHub is the source of truth. Connecting Git. So I see this. Stripe account. GitHub needs personal access token code. GitHub needs repo access enough to start ad workflow if you want watch me access. Okay. I am going to go ahead and go to GitHub. Go into my repository and then go into settings. So essentially in settings, I believe you can go ahead and get a personal access token by clicking on one of those. Let me check. Sorry guys. Where do I go again? Completely forgot. Settings tokens. Let's just run this. Tokens. Generate new token. Generate a. Let's go ahead and create this. Use my mobile app to verify. Use Authenticator app to verify. What do we got? GitHub. Okay, this is for Grok bot. So I'm pretty much creating a Grokbot token. Let's add in some permissions for workflow. It's not permissions, okay. Maybe watching. Models. Profile. I don't know what other ones I would even need. Events, email addresses, block another user. I don't know what. Interaction limits. Storing. I don't know. Let's see. Read only access all. Let me see. Okay, so it's got access to. Oh, there we go. So when I give it all repositories, then I can go ahead and have workflows here, variables, and like all that extra stuff so it can read. So let me go ahead and give it the proper permissions for pull requests, for merge, environments, deployments, dependable alerts, commit statuses, actions, secret tasks, variables, admin. Okay. I mean, right now I'm just giving it read access, so it's pretty much just able to read everything. It shouldn't be able to write or do anything. Okay. Pretty much got access to all that. Generate token. Let's go back into Grokbot. I like that it pulled up my live homepage, which TBH, I don't know where it essentially pulled it from. I think from Stripe's API that I've set. Okay, let me see. So like it already went ahead and pulled up the website. Token is set. Let's see what my other stuff is at. Okay, I have notification. Okay, GitHub is connected. Let's deploy. Stripe was there. These are all test payments. Send me a bug or feature. I'll ship through main. Okay. The agent wants to run a command. Okay, allow once. GitHub Studio. Locked AI schools the main push. I didn't learn AI today. I used it on the real job. Here's the unglamorous version. Then name the job, what it would take. I think for each AI, you're able to you can give it a description of what it's supposed to do, right? And so this is all generated by Alfred right now. So it's cool that you can go ahead and click on it and you can see what the actual Grokbot is doing, which is freaking sick, right? Currently, it went ahead and opened this within its own browser, right? And you can see that right now when you go on my website, you have to confirm your location. And I don't know why that's coming up all funky here, but it works properly on mobile, but local pretty much successfully connected here. But it's nice that you can see exact stuff that's going on. Okay, so essentially this ship will always be able to check whatever's going on with what I'm shipping out. I'm from market for the firmware launch. Actually said so. I don't guess. I have to give this more insights and routine, but let's see if GitHub can. I think already connected. Let's see if Alfred can go ahead and. I don't know why it asked me. I thought I gave it to ship already. And these names are interesting because I feel like wouldn't they, I don't know if it would mix them up sometimes. If it was already with ship, I want to ask again, checking what I can actually see from here. Connecting to user GitHub, connecting. So you can't click on anything. You have these plugins right here. So let's go ahead and add Gmail to this. I would add Google Calendar to this. I would like to add Google Drive to this. Let's see what else. There's some really other cool stuff around here. Appify, that's something I've been using a lot to pull in data. Mobbin is some cool stuff. X, if it can actually pull in all the stuff for X, that's also really cool because I would love to get updates. So I'm gonna ask Alfred for a few more things. Airtable, I use that a lot. Agent mail, this is also very, very cool because now each agent can have its own email, which is freaking sick, right? So you would essentially email the agent, and or somebody might email the agent. It can act on its behalf. So you would tell the agent to log in with its email, because that's how. So like for example, when we use SSO for Google, right? So you go on a website, you go on Airtable. Airtable's like, hey, can you log in with SSO? And yeah, you can with your personal account, and you would have to essentially do that. Or technically, the agent would be able to log in with its account. I feel like with Airtable, I think that's how they created it, where you can, use it instead to encapsulate, so you're not connecting all your personal accounts. You can actually have an agent account, right? An email. I don't know how many emails they give you access to, but that is freaking sick. One sec. Well.
Hey, are you planning on staying?
Yeah, I'm just in the middle of streaming, so I'll call you after. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so added all those. I don't know when it's gonna ask me to log in. Can already see last push is July 28th. Your own runbook still says prod, so real card shouldn't change. I'll watch your post from here. Waiting for approval. Send to login page. I'll always allow. Okay. So it went ahead. It was able to go ahead and log in. Let me tell it to log in. This is freaking sick that it has access to its own little browser. You can see it working, which is awesome. I like that. So I don't know what it's gonna end up coming up with. Stripe. This already has Hustle. I gotta give us more context. Same with Studio. It's okay, but I gotta give it more access. And then Campus. What is Campus? I need to rename these more better. I'm gonna tell it. Hey, is this still working? I don't know why voice input doesn't work. Maybe it's because my mic is already being used by OBS. I'm not entirely sure. Why isn't... Why can I not have Alt to work for... That is weird. Did I close this? Oh yeah, typeless closed. Let's see. Not sure why that closed, but can you do me a favor and rename some of these bots, because I genuinely do not know right off the bat what they have access to or what they're doing, besides maybe Ship. Right, Hustles, I think it's just around Market Hustle. I believe Studio is for my content, and Campus I'm just lost, right? I completely forgot. Let's rename a lot of these bots better, so it's very easy for me to tell right off the bat what each of these might be doing, right? So let's have more descriptive names for them, if they're, whatever you come up with. But right now I'm just getting a little confused. So let's see what Alfred does. Ship is not sexual. Is that what I said? I don't even know. Ship is for my content. I don't know. Just lost a little bit, so let's see what it does. I like that I went ahead and put it into mobile mode. Okay, let's see what's... Yes, those names were cute and useless. I'm renaming them. Ship, Market Hustle app. Okay, I like that. Market Hustle app, Market Hustle launch. Content, AI school. A lot better, right? Now I know. They're renamed in the sidebar. You still talk to me. AI school is the one that was Campus. You're teaching. Okay. Just forgot it. Okay. Can you go ahead and learn everything you can about school.com and pretty much how to create a successful course, what users would actually find useful, what's trending right now when it comes to AI? I need to go ahead and pretty much have all the latest news on everything related to AI. So I want change logs from every single big name AI brands, right? Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, Gemini, Kimi, DeepSeek, whatever is out there, Quen. I want to be able to pull in all the change logs, know which new features are coming out, Grok, right? Every single thing from there, reputable sources. I want kind of like every single day a daily digest of everything related to AI. And if there's some breaking news or something that's coming right away, I also want access to that. I want to be on top of this stuff. I want to be able to know exactly what people care about, what they're, everything related to AI, right? What's trending right now. For example, right now Grokbot is very much trending. A lot of people are trying to use it. Before it was OpenClaw. Later on, Claude was a huge thing. It's still trending, and I don't know what's going to come next. But we need to be on top of it. We need to make sure that once we organize these courses from beginning to end, we also can stay on top of making AI content, right? And I need to know video titles, hooks, and all that. So maybe talk to the content, tell it certain parts that you need to do, but I also want to get a daily digest of all things related to AI. I don't know which bot I would belong to, but go ahead and figure it out. So maybe I should have talked to Alfred about this, but I'm already in here, but whatever. Let's see. Community board Chicago is a default. I guess hit C's in 2 minutes. Most footer links 404. Products with photos that don't match. Yeah. Speaker shows a person at a lake. Location is pinned downtown Chicago while listings community posts are streamed. It's interesting. So I wonder if we can go ahead and actually start building out my stuff, or if we can go ahead and make code changes and how smart. I think I forgot what this is running off of. So I added Gmail. I wonder if it pulls it in or something. Created a routine. I don't know where I can go for routines. Can go ahead and create my own. I wish I could see the suggestions that it was giving me earlier too. Agents, groups, files, links, routines. So there you have it, guys. That's pretty much Grokbot from beginning to end. I think, it's pretty sick. I'm excited to keep trying it out and seeing what it can do. Eventually, if it would be nice if Alfred, I can tell it like, hey, go ahead and make these changes to the code, push it to production, then go ahead and post a video to YouTube. Then after that, message these people and then research 15 content ideas. And it kind of delegates all that to all the different agents out there, and it comes back to me and tells me what I need. So really, really cool. I don't know if it's worth $200 a month yet. I got to see, right? Because I can tell Claude to pretty much do a lot of these things, right? The cool part about this is that it can call each other, and that's the part that it's making it a lot easier, where you don't have to work in doing that. The issue with Claude is that if you create a project or if you create a separate chat, the other chat doesn't have context for it. You have to keep going back and forth, which is a huge problem, right? So this is what it's doing to make it, simple, where it can talk back and forth between each other. And the only thing is you can obviously give it different models. So if you like a specific model, if Grok sucks, I don't know. But this is freaking sick for onboarding. Maybe I'll have my wife try it out, see what she can create and do with it, but I have no idea. But I am going to leave this open and let's see what happens in the morning while I go